Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Going to give you a couple minutes to hop on here. So this is, we've been doing this for the past couple weeks, holding these Facebook Live panels every Tuesday morning to talk about things that matter to you and your family, specifically in regards to parenting, family, mental health, our children, and just a wide variety of topics. So this week we wanted to focus on something that maybe isn't talked about a lot unless it's something that maybe you know someone that's been affected by it or it's personally touched your family. But it's a reality that a lot of families in our communities are facing every single day, and that's child sexual abuse. And we know that we continue to see more and more stories come out that this is happening around the country and again in our communities here in West Michigan. And that's why it's so important that we talk about this, even though it may be hard for parents or caretakers to find the right words and how to address some of these things. So we have the Children's Advocacy Center of Kent County with us this morning. We have Alicia and Andrea. Thanks so much for joining us, ladies.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you for having us.
So first, for people that may not be aware, let's just talk a little bit about the work that you guys do at the Advocacy Center and really what your mission is.
So we provide comprehensive services for children and families who have endured or have suspected child sexual abuse. So our goal is to provide therapy, case management, forensic interviews, and prevention services in order to surround families and support them in their healing journeys.
And can you guys kind of just put a little perspective into how common, sadly, this really is?
Statistics wise, 1 in 10 children will experience abuse before their 18th birthday. And there's a lot of misconceptions about the communities that it could occur in. Lots of people view it as something that happens somewhere else, but we found that it doesn't discriminate based on income or neighborhood, race. Simply being a child is enough.
Absolutely. And I think before I got connected to your organization and learned more about what you guys do, I had no idea. I was naive in the fact that this was happening in our communities. And that's why it's so important. You know, I have 2 young ones, and it made me think, how am I handling this? How do I go about talking to them about certain things? Or what do I need to be aware of as a parent when I, leave them with people? Those kinds of things that started swirling through my head that I think it's just important to continue to talk about. So first, obviously, this past year and a half has impacted the way so many of us do things. So I want to talk a little bit about how it's impacted the work that you guys are doing and what you've seen maybe on the mental health aspect of the side of child sexual abuse.
So I think during the pandemic, it was very challenging for all of us adults. I think it was really challenging for kids who were trying to navigate not being at school and not having access to their safe adults and not having their therapist that they see at school or their therapist here at the center. We were able and fortunate enough to translate a lot of our services virtually, and we were able to offer support in that way. But we understand as therapists, that's very different than having an in-person interaction with somebody. So we saw a lot of increase in suicidality, suicide ideation, self-harm, issues with self-esteem, just not feeling confident in who they are, having less interest in the things that they used to want to do, just things like that, I think, due to the extreme isolation that the pandemic caused.
And I think, would you say, does that go back to kind of stressing the importance of having that safe person for these kids that they can talk to, that environment that they know that they can disclose this kind of information?
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be a teacher, but it absolutely can be. It could be a coach, a therapist, but just having somebody in their lives that they identify as safe and that they could share anything with.
And important. Yeah, Andrea, you mentioned too, there's a lot of misconceptions surrounding this, one being of who this happens to, but also how this happens. People think that, when they see news headlines, it's right, the van that was driving slow down the street or something like that. But that's not often the reality.
No, we talk to kids a lot when we are in the schools about safe adults and making sure that they have kind of a network of safe adults. So there are grown-ups in some of the various environments that they spend time in. They're not away from a safe adult for too long that way. But again, with the pandemic, it kind of limited how much they were getting out and having in-person conversations with other grown-ups. But yeah, we talk to them about how to be a safe adult. Somebody has to meet these certain requirements. You have to know them well, and you trust them, you feel comfortable with them. And that is also oftentimes the case with who offenders would be. So kind of that paying attention to the way that people make you feel, listening to your body, because yes, they have this image in their head of getting tied up and put in a closet or the white van. But exactly, that's not the reality. They kind of need to be prepared no matter what this, no matter who this person, who somebody is, nobody has the right to do this and this and this. You have the right to say no and all of that.
And I think I have little ones, right? So that always first comes to my mind. But I mean, we know over the past couple of years, we've seen the stories of college students that have had to deal with this with coaches. And I mean, this covers a wide range. I mean, we're not just talking about, little children. This is something that we need to educate ourselves about and our kids about, no matter their age. So what are some possible maybe signs or indicators that parents or caretakers or teachers, anyone should kind of be looking out for?
Yeah, and we noticed that these symptoms are different across ages. It depends on, the content of the abuse or their relationship to the abuser. But the biggest ones we kind of see are changes in mood or behavior. So those might be changes in appetite, not wanting to be alone, increase in outbursts in your kiddos that you're noticing. The second one is unusual fear or anxiety of certain people or places. So being really avoidant, not wanting to go certain places, not wanting to be around certain people, or feeling really uncomfortable when they are. A decreased interest in hobbies and extracurriculars. So just not wanting to do the things that used to bring them joy and spark joy inside of them. Sleep disruptions or difficulties. So these can be difficulties falling asleep. This can also be, we see nightmares is a really big symptom that we see in these kids. And then regressive behaviors. So any shift in age regression, noticing that they're acting younger than they are, or are stuck in kind of a certain age developmental state, can also be a sign or an indicator of child sexual abuse.
So let's talk a little bit too about, following a disclosure. And let's say a child or a teenager or someone comes up to you and maybe they don't come out and exactly say what happened, right? Because they're still trying to work through all of that. How do you have that kind of conversation? And what do you do maybe if you're sensing that they are disclosing something to you?
Remaining calm and responding with compassion and appreciation for that child coming to you, thanking them for sharing, because there's a decent chance that what they're telling you is hard and took a lot of bravery. They've probably been thinking about it for a while. So honoring their feelings and thanking them for sharing that with you would be number one. And that can only kind of encourage them to share more with you as opposed to shutting everything down. And again, to make a report or to go anywhere with it, the child doesn't have to come out with absolutely everything that happened clear as day. As long as you have a reason to suspect abuse, then that can be called in and investigators take it from there. It's PS. But just being supportive and encouraging and telling them that they're brave, acknowledging that they showed bravery in doing that is huge, I think.
And it's believing them, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I think as parents or caretakers, we automatically want to say, "There, no way, they were just, I think we don't want to think that it's possible, right? So,
Right.
So also just kind of putting down that guard ourselves and saying, okay, you know, I need to believe what they're saying.
Right.
And I think at the end of the day, just reminding it's not your job to investigate. We have
Right.
professionals who are so trained to make sure everybody's going to be taken care of that are going to investigate. And just like you said, it's your job to believe and trust that your kids came to you, which means you're a safe adult for them. And that's an honor, and trust that that's their truth.
Absolutely. So how do you have these kind of conversations? Maybe, you know, body safety conversations, or if for older kids, even the reality is that this happens, you know, if they're going off to college. I mean, how do you, I mean, I know that's a big question, right? Because it depends on the age, but if you can kind of address that a little bit of how to have these conversations in your home, you know, with your own children.
I think starting young is key. That definitely helps to normalize those conversations. If you're having them regularly, starting with like small bits of information and having them often, you don't want to sit down and throw everything at them
Right.
all at once, then they kind of become more receptive and they become more comfortable sharing back with you. And it just helps build a good foundation for those continued conversations, especially with young kids. We like to use books a lot. Our website has a long list of books divided by age level and body safety, different body safety concepts, gives a good springboard for some of those conversations, because a lot of times the biggest hurdle parents or caregivers have is how to start talking about it. So it helps give kind of a shared language, gives the children words to talk about their feelings and the different body safety concepts, I guess, and then they can kind of go back and review and look through it on their own. And just putting those books out with all your other books. It doesn't have to be books that are hidden away anywhere. It's not bad or scary when you have these conversations and you're educated as the adult, passing on some of this education to your kids. It's really just giving everybody tools that they need to help prevent abuse and keep themselves safe. Starting simple and then getting more complex over time. With our programming, we look at the same objectives, kindergarten through fourth grade, but the way that we do it looks completely different. And the conversations that kids are willing to have with us by the time they're in fourth grade blows us away all the time. So knowing that door is always open, again, not only does it give your children those tools they need and empower them, but also it helps guarantee that they feel comfortable coming to you should they ever need help with something.
I know, you know, again, I started working with you guys a couple years ago, and I remember I spoke to someone who, you know, was in the school sharing this program, and I was blown away when she told me, you know, almost every time that, you know, we're in a school, we end up getting a disclosure. And that just made me realize that there are kids out there that this has happened to, and they don't know where to turn, or maybe, you know, you're in there and you're giving them this language and you're explaining it to them, and then it's clicking to them of, wait a second, that happened to me. And that's something that just never has left my mind and made me realize how important this really is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we assume a lot that kids know exactly what this will look like, or that they know not to let people do this, or they know not to do that, but it's not. They don't understand that manipulation process involved. And I think that's a biggie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And confusing when it comes from someone you know or trust.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes it even more challenging to disclose to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what different ways can a parent or a caretaker get involved in, obviously the work that you do, but, you know, what would be your best piece of advice for them, you know, from their own home on how to continue this work as well?
Is with education is number one. Child sexual abuse definitely thrives in silence. So talking about it and acknowledging that this is something that could be a reality for anyone is vital. And on our website, there are various training and education resources and training opportunities for community. Lots of times we'll get pediatricians in, and we're offering a lot of mandated reporting right now in addition. So those are two big pieces. care closet. Our website has an updated list of donations that we are looking for that. It's a resource center for families that might have other needs when they come in. Abuse doesn't occur in a vacuum, and a lot of times we've found that if there's other basic needs that families need to have met as well. So we're looking for donations there. And then there's always volunteer opportunities, and a lot of those you can even do from the comfort of your own home. So again, our website, I think, has details on all of those.
Great. Absolutely. And I think that just that consent conversation, because you can have it with young kids, you can have it with kids going off to college, just making sure that they can trust their gut. If something makes them uncomfortable, they can leave. They can call their safe adults. People will believe them. I think just having that conversation with them throughout their lifetime.
Yeah, I think, sometimes you may feel like, oh, this is uncomfortable to talk about, or am I talking about it too much, or am I saying the right thing? But at the end of the day, what you say could end up saving them if they're in a certain situation. And then that's kind of what you have to remember. So hopefully this just encourages that parent, no matter what stage you're in, or caretaker, that this is real, and that having these conversations is important, and it could change the course of the outcome of something for your children. So I appreciate you guys doing this. Is there anything else that you want to add that maybe, I didn't cover, just anything else that you want to leave people with?
I don't think so.
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, you guys. And the website there is right at the bottom of their screen. Like she said, there's so many great resources on their website, different ways to get involved, to help them as an organization, but also all kinds of different educational resources that you can bring into your own home to start this conversation. So we appreciate your time, and thanks for joining us and watching. I see some comments in here as well. Yes, believe the child, all of those kinds of things. So this was a good conversation, and I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you again for having us.
All right. Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.